just slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit-chat. Better stay up out the way.
Good evening. We are back with another episode of the Central Division Show. I'm here with a couple of my Central Division comrades. We got Sports Love and Hip Hop in the building, as well as Tate. Sports Love and Hip Hop representing the Chicago Bears, and Tate representing.
He called y'all Sports Bears. I was just Tate. I couldn't even be from the know-it-alls. I'm just Tate.
I think I said Bears anyways, but we were off a week. That's what happens when you're off a week. You lose. Why practice exists. But we are back off the All-Star break, and we had a week of games. But before we get to the recap of the week, let's talk about the All-Star game. The end result being the Stars. Yeah, the Stars defeat the Stripes. The two USA teams beat the world. And so what are you guys' thoughts on that? Were you entertained? Do you like the format? All the above. Let's hear it.
I like the format. They did play hard. I think that was because of Wemby and Ant-Man and Jaylen Brown. They brought it. No Diddy. What I don't like is I'm not able to know the box score of what players had. I don't know how you can have a box score. I mean, it's 4 different games. Yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know how,
what they treating it like it's one game.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like Kawhi, as you saw, he was like 11 for 13, but how many points did Kawhi overall have? Total. That was my one gripe.
Ant he definitely made it apparent that Wemby set the tone. It was actually pretty hilarious to see how serious he took it. If he cares this much about an All-Star game, when he gets to the playoffs, he really gonna crash out. But it was cool though. I appreciated that. It brings a different element back to the game that we haven't seen. That's all it takes is a little separation of, just like the Olympics, where I'm representing my country and all that. Like, people take that serious, and they kind of had a, youngians versus the old heads. The Stripes was more older guys like LeBron and Jaylen Brown, who's not old, but he's certainly older than Anthony Edwards and Cade and Dern and stuff like that. But so yeah, little rivalry. I liked it. But Tate, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, I hate every time. I literally hate it, man. Every
out
time
the
I
gate,
come on here,
hate.
Man. Yeah, I mean, but it's just that every time I come on here, man, I'm listening to y'all from a much younger perspective, man. Because I remember when the game was always competitive, like always good. Cats was fighting for it, and y'all said Ant gonna crash out because he going hard in the All-Star game.
Well, yeah.
And Wemby, yeah, I'm glad they brought that back, man. Brought it back for what it used to be. I remember Magic was out for HIV. They said, Magic, you can come play in the All-Star game. Magic went off in the 91 All-Star game, man. But y'all cats wouldn't know about none of that, man.
So at this, I definitely did. Was dudes really upset when they lost though? Like Wemby was like he was tripping.
Well, that I mean, I don't know, but that could be Wemby's culture, though. I mean, these young cats get participation trophies and don't get in dunk contests and don't try and can't take an L on their name like that, man. That's just how it is nowadays. So it don't surprise me. I ain't saying they got mad back then. They put on a show for 3 quarters. They'll play, semi-defense. They ain't really trying to hurt or stop nobody. In the 4th quarter, all the time, they go at it.
It's always kind of like that, though. They play hard towards the end. They used to play. They used to tighten up a little bit in the.
Yeah. Man, it was a couple years ago. The scores like 184 to 184. Yeah. Right. That's just ridiculous, man. That was probably the best All-Star game in the last 10 years, just off the top of my head. I could probably do some due diligence, do some homework, and go back further than that. As far as the game though goes, I only saw highlights. I didn't watch it. I was disappointed, and I guess I get it. But once I found out that NBC obviously had the game, they also had the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
The time I missed the whole 3-point shootout. Why would I think it's gonna come on at 5:00? I go to sit down and order some food and stuff, get my evening ready around 7:00 to watch All-Star Saturday night, which is what it always was. And I looked, and it's like, damn, Dame Lillard won a 3-point contest. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I missed it too. Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably get it right next year because it won't be the Winter Olympics. I recorded it. I just ain't had time to watch it yet, but I hear everything that happened. And I think Ant was going hard or playing the way he was playing because he told former President Obama he's gonna go out there and get MVP for him. So he was putting on the show for the Preds. You know what I mean? So I like old school mentalities like that where cats just go after it, get after it.
Yeah.
Seeing some of them highlights from the earlier 90s All-Star games, those was really like regular games. It wasn't a lot of, like, you wasn't seeing a bunch of fast breaks with nobody chasing nobody down. It wasn't a lot.
I gotta actually pay attention.
It was highlights, but it wasn't a bunch of like,
they was running plays.
hey, we're here. They still running plays.
Taking
They
rolls,
went down the post, all that. Yeah.
motion.
Yeah, them early 90s games with Jordan and them, they wasn't really messing around like that.
They just getting too much money. They like, man, I don't even want to be. Nowadays, dudes be like, well, I want the extra days off. Like, don't y'all low manage enough? Why y'all want vacation?
Again, that speaks to the culture today, the participation trophy culture.
No, I'm with you on that. So, yeah. So, any thoughts on the dunk contest? The one thing I saw was Jace Richardson. He almost hurt himself for real. Like, he fell on his head. Like,
I like the dunk contest. I mean, again, for the past 10, 12 years, we've been rocking with a lot of no names. The dude from Orlando, he played at Arizona. What's the kid's name?
Miami.
The dude from Miami won. He needs to stop all that damn dancing. The dude from Orlando played in Arizona. You know what I'm talking about, Rick? That's your squad.
Jace Richardson, but he ain't played Arizona.
Yeah, the Spurs. He played college. Yeah, okay, the Spurs. He probably would have won. He just messed up on his last dunk because he was the better of the two, But it's cool. wasn't no name recognition in it, but I did get to see that because they really should move the 3-point contest to the last one because at least you get name brand players in the 3-point shootout.
I'm surprised they ain't did that. That's clearly the most sought after event. That's must see TV now. Unless it's some big names in the dunk contest, 3-point contest is where it's at now.
I don't know why it just never to see them shoot the same type of 3 100 times. That never moved me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird.
No, I can give. This level is higher.
Yeah,
they really out there competing. Yeah. They really want to win.
It's so high that a guy with the torn Achilles won it, right?
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
He tore his Achilles 10 months ago. He just said that goes all more to the art of shooting. He's a shooter.
You injured, you shouldn't be able to. I come up with a 3-point contest. Are you gonna play the rest of the season? Nah, just this.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, no, let's not go that far." The dude did ask it though.
He just
shouldn't be allowed to be in it. He injured. He's shooting. You out for the season.
He not out for the season. He said he's gonna come back and get back.
Yeah. I think they announced. I don't make no sense.
Man, you need to put the old man up on Zeke right now.
What if he wanted to do dunk contest? Would that be okay too?
No,
he know he could do it.
Okay,
yeah,
he know he can't do it.
He can't do it. I'm not gonna say
I wanted to do dunk contest.
No, relax. Why not? Shooters shoot though. Shooters don't.
You don't use your legs to shoot?
Don't you say that same phrase to me all the time? Shooters shoot.
Right? He's injured.
He's not that injured. He can't shoot.
That brain injured.
Well, no, I mean every mug can shoot, I guess. But I mean,
Rondo can't shoot.
Well, I'm not saying everybody can shoot. I'm saying that I don't know. I see it both kind of ways, but it was kind of crazy that he was good enough to win it. I mean, there is some physical involvement in shooting now. You got to use your feet, your running, your footwork. There's some things there that
they brought McGlone up from the G League. What are we talking about? G League.
Nah, 2-way contract where he can play in the NBA.
I'd much rather see Dame Lillard shooting threes than Mac McGlone.
Mac McClung was a great dunker. Did you see the dunks that he didn't do that he could have did?
And you know what? The only reason he got in it is because he's of Caucasian. I'm not saying he's not good, but we talk about brand names. They like, oh man, we got a white dude that can dunk. You know what I mean?
Just can dunk though.
No, well, I mean that's good enough to be in a dunk contest. He way better than Rick Barry ever was. I think he's a dog. He top 5 on my list. But why you think him so big though?
He's international. No, I don't want to do the comparison. That's crazy.
The reason's not
Mac
crazy.
McClung
The reason is the reason.
Eminem.
The reason is the reason. He's a dope MC. I said in my top 5. But why is he the largest selling? Not because
he appeals to both sides.
But why? Okay, there you go. Yeah. And that's why they put Mac McClung in the dunk contest. Like, oh, they be tuning out. They black dudes. They want to see one of their own. Go, Mac. Go get it.
That dude is an amazing dunker, and he's short like the rest of them too. Like I think you kind of you really.
He's a dog. I'm not bringing him down. I'm saying the reason why he got in it. We talk about Dame Lillard, who's a superstar, who's injured but can still shoot. Got in it because he's a brand name. Matt McClung not a brand name, but they're like, since we don't got no brand names, let's put this guy in there. But why? Dig deeper because he can dunk, but because he's that too.
So if his name was Mac Jackson, he wouldn't be able to get in. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, if his name was not Mac.
There's definitely more around it because of that situation. But
it's probably dudes in the G League that can dunk better than him.
Better than Mac?
Yeah, they didn't
with the creativity though. Like the creativity is off the charts.
You saw Mac McClung. We didn't see the other guy. We don't know who we talking about.
I found him on. Everybody saw him on YouTube. Like everybody got a YouTube. Everybody got highlights now. We ain't gonna do that.
Because who he is. Yeah. I understand all that.
But anyway, we got off on. We talking about Mac McClung, and he was in it. He was in it last year. That's a Chicago.
He won 3 years in a row, didn't he? He won 3 years in a row.
Yeah, he done. I don't think he ever gonna do it again. He already won 3. He ain't got to do no more.
Hey man, we still trying to say it's because of that, and he won 3 years. Never mind. Anyway, we passed that. Let's move on to the real basketball. Chicago. I was what y'all get into last week?
Lottery. The lottery.
Hey, Paulson, do me a favor. Zoom us out of the.
Yeah. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, we on 9-game losing.
We on a 9-game losing streak.
We headed for that tank. We the leaders of the tank
This past week,
and I like that.
when did we? Oh, we played third. Yeah, we played the Raptors. Like a lot of the game, like we lost to the Raptors, 110-101. Brandon Ingram destroyed us. I will say my thoughts on the Bulls, even though we're tanking, is that they are trying. Like the players out there are giving an effort. Like you could tell they're professionals. Like Tate always say, be professional. They are professionals. They do, say they do want to win. They do want to get out there and show other teams because a lot of them are playing for another contract. Yeah. But that game, we were led by Simons, 20 points, 7 for 18, 4 for 11 from 3. The continuity on the offense is not there. The offensive schemes that they have are pretty basic. It's not a lot of a detailed offensive motion or anything. It's just a lot of scream, move away, set away. But say during this week. Our thing this week has been more bulletin board and press conferences, i.e. Jaden Ivey saying that he's not.
We got damaged goods.
Yeah, we basically got damaged goods, and like I don't know when I'm gonna be myself again. And it's like, dude, why can't we get some of the did we give y'all a draft pick or we just gave y'all a hurt?
Y'all just gave it Minnesota money. Oh no, we got the value of Minnesota's pick.
Okay, you got it.
Let me see if I get the.
Because that's next year's. I know y'all didn't give away y'all last.
But yeah, Jaden Ivey saying that he's not who he is, and I'm not the same player, and I'm trying to be, but we don't know when they'll come. It's like, bro, like, why would I going to give you a contract? Like, if I was the Bulls, like, we got you because you're on a tryout. Like, you're basically, the rest of the season, you're supposed to show us that you're worthy of an extension, a contract, a lucrative contract. And, with him saying that, it's kind of like that was
I'm not the same player I used to be. I'm not the J.I. I used to be. The old J.I. is dead.
Whoa. Third person is crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
But Jaden Ivey to call him in third person.
I've never heard him say J.I.
And I was going to say, y'all call him Y'all didn't call him that?
Maybe a little bit, but he had never spoken third person on a positive thing. Like the first time we heard third person was for some negative.
The Joker is starting off like a bump. That's all I'm going to say. What? He finished with, I'm alive in Christ, no matter what the basketball sitting at.
He's always been based on all that. Because a lot of people are like, oh, don't be mad that he found, like, nah, he's always
been like that.
But to be, just on some insider, I feel like that part of him kind of wore thin within the locker room. Now we know how lively and how he was very
Bible thumper
to the point to where it was like, okay, we playing 4-2 Doug, Sada Baby in the locker room. And he kind of was like, and that's the heart of Detroit. And the team was, turn up, even the old heads, even Tobias, Unk, like Duncan Robinson. He like, let me get a little two-step. I got to fit in around here.
And these last 3 games been DNPs for him too. That's kind of
his knees hurt though. Like, well, first of all, a lot of this, it doesn't surprise me. He always seemed a little lethargic and out of it. And he always was kind of limping around, playing through it. Because when he came back from that knee injury, he didn't miss any games. And I was surprised, not even like management, knee soreness. He was playing straight through it. And I'm like, this dude does not look 100%. But I cut your wisdom. I just had to.
No. I mean, overall, we are on a 9-game losing streak. But a lot of the noise a lot of the things that we have, like we lost to the Pistons. We lost to the Pistons Saturday night, 26-110. I was not willing to make a wager with B. Foster on that one. I mean, it wasn't even a fair fight. My guy, Jalen Duren, 26 and 13, 10-12 for 20. So he came back from suspension and just gave us the business. I was like, oh, all right. Paul Reed almost had a double-double. Chris Webber.
That's natural.
Paul Reed, 15 and 9. Why not? I mean, if you're playing the Bulls and you're the Pistons, I mean, you gonna have your way. And Duncan Robinson, 17 points. I ain't gonna front. I didn't even watch that game, y'all. But
I saw the score in the third. It was
y'all was cooking out the gate, though. I was like, what the?
Yeah, and it turned around.
That's the thing. But that if you watch that game, Foster, that's the thing. They're going to play hard. Probably the first to the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, they just worn out. Like that team, like they're too small, and they don't have the gel. They don't have the connectivity.
Simons got hurt that game too.
What's wrong with Simons?
He hurt his wrist on a pick. Yeah, so that's probably why we lost.
Yeah.
And we played the Knicks.
Y'all pissed me off. I was pulling for y'all.
Don't pull for us in no games. We're trying to lose all these games.
Yabusele stepped up. He had a couple of threes. He had a double-double against the Knicks. I ties with his, which is seeming like his prototypical 15. He hit 15 pretty much every game. IVN Simons was out, but Karl Anthony Towns killed us. He had like 28 and 11. And one thing about this game, and then I'll wrap it up. Stacey King and Adam Amin, our hometown announcers, they were speaking about the Bulls toward the end of the game because the game was still close at the end. I think we were down like 5 because we made a little run at the end, and I think we was down like 5. And Stacey King mentioned that, hey man, I know it seems like the Bulls because it was 8 in a row losses at that point. He's like, I know it seems like the Bulls are kind of seemingly trying to tank, but Billy's going to try to win this game because that's what he does. That's how he's built. He's not built to tank. Blah blah blah. And I mean throughout the quote that organizations tank, players don't. So this is kind of the first time I've heard them speak openly about, hey, we might be tanking. But he said Billy's going to try. Well, they were going out there trying to win the game, but they just not really set up like that right now. So the tank seems inevitable.
Yeah, the roster is equipped to tank now. Like, you ain't got to try no more.
Yeah. And it's like the first time I ever heard them speak openly about it. Well,
just in general or Bull?
Yeah.
That is normally not really. That's
right. But he didn't put it on the players. He kind of put it to the side. But the fact they still brought it up, I was like, man, that's kind of crazy.
Any questions, Tate? Got any questions for Bulls Corner?
When is our next win?
That's actually a good question. Do you have an idea of what?
Charlotte, Portland, Milwaukee, OKC, Phoenix.
Portland is.
They are pretty good.
Our last game. Oh, we beat Portland last game by 1 point. Oh, that's the game.
I think Ivy is hurt or he left the game or something like that.
Yeah. He been hurt.
But Scoop back playing good.
Scoop back.
Wow.
Scoop Henderson. So
maybe Phoenix. Dylan Brooks is hurt.
Yeah, that's Corner basically tanking. A lot of bad basketball. A lot of losing basketball.
And the one thing about the tank, I've been saying all this whole time, we need a tank, we need a tank. But watching the team, it's kind of hard to. You've been rooting for the Bulls so long. It's kind of hard to root against them. I kind of want to see them win, but then you'd be like, we do need
it's
to.
It's really hard to root against. I can't. Even when the Pistons were trash and we knew we were getting louder, I couldn't do it. I mean, once again, the team was equipped to tank.
Yeah.
Potatoes on you. What's going on? What's going on with them Cavs? They've been winning like a mug. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. They had a slip up yesterday, but they won 12 out of the last 14. Was on 7 games in a row streak. Yesterday, OKC they played flat. I don't like the early afternoon game.
Yeah, that game's tricky.
Yeah. But they made a comeback, even took the lead after being down 28-5 early in the first quarter, but it wasn't enough. And even though they was playing without SGA and J-Dub, Oklahoma's a good team, man. Them boys play super nice. I don't care who was hurt. They hit so many threes, like 22, 23 threes. They was not missing. That defense is scrappy,
21 for 41, 50%. 51, 51.2.
Yeah.
Isaiah Joe hit 6 threes, man.
Joe. Yeah, they was balling. And we were off, but I like what I'm seeing. With James Harden, we 5-1 for that loss yesterday. We was undefeated with him. So I like the way things are going. We got a guy that can facilitate as a bigger body on defense, not a better defensive player, but because he's a bigger body, you can hide him. You can put him
moving around.
You can put him on a 3 or even a small ball 4. You don't got to put him on the ball, the guard and the point guard, because he's running the point for Cleveland. Darius Garland, you can't hide him. He got to play on the ball because he can't play nobody in the post. Where James Harden can. The energy is different since the trades, and Schroeder and Keon Ellis have been key additions too. They give us a defensive lineup and defensive scrappiness and hustle and stuff like that. So last time we had lost before that was against Phoenix. First game of our West Coast road trip, and we won, like I said, 7 in a row, and we lost yesterday. So our last 2 losses is the West Coast teams. We got a couple big Eastern Conference games. I think we are tied with the Knicks. Knicks are in 4th place. They got the tiebreaker against us. We play the Knicks, I believe, tomorrow and play the Pistons Friday. So we'll see what this week looks like. But, I like the direction that they're trending in.
And what do you – now, I've always been a low-key fan of Keon Ellis and kind of got a bit of fear of missing out because we didn't go out and get him. I like the way he plays. But what are you seeing from him so far?
He's a defensive stopper on ball. He's small frame, so he still can be, you get to the basket. If you're a bigger player, you get to the basket on him, or you can post him if you're a bigger player. But he stays in front of the ball. He plays the passing lanes. I'm surprised at the type of shot blocking capability that he has. But he has a. You guys were talking pre-show backstage about wingspans and stuff. He has a long wingspan. And I like Schroeder, he's played for the Pistons. I like his own ball defense too. So, to replace those 3 new guys, Burton, Keon Ellis, and Schroeder, to replace Lonzo Ball, Hunter, and Garland, we better for it.
Absolutely. And lastly, the Pistons. We think we only had 2 games this week, just the Bulls and the Knicks and the Bulls.
Y'all still 2 or 3 games behind everybody else. When y'all gonna catch up?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. It's pretty nice to be behind, but ahead, though.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so the first game was against the Knicks, and it was a masterful effort from Cade Cunningham. He had 42 points. I think he's kind of to start his that arc towards people really considering he might really be the and I think
I agree.
Yeah, and then I think that 65-game rule might cut into SGA's chances or somebody's chances. I saw the Jokers. Okay, so so that may eliminate one possible guy. But yeah, he had a really good game. He was getting to his spots, that mid range. He's just been having his way. It's not always super flashy, but he's even stronger than you might have. That he might appear. He seems kind of thin frame, but he be moving folks around down there. Actually, the Knicks game, no Duren. This is the last game without Duren and no Stewart. So in New York too, I feel like they kind of thought that, okay, this is gonna be the one that we get. And they still ended up losing by double digits, but kind of a slow start from Detroit. It wasn't one of our better efforts, but the Knicks shot 1 of 14 from 3 in the first half, and Karl Anthony Towns only had 2 points. He kind of got things going in the second half, but they fell short. Brunson was really good. Some of the stuff he does at his height is kind of crazy, but he played well. He's had some rough games against Detroit this year, but he showed out in this game. But he was kind of by himself. Bridges only had 8. I think Anunoby only had 8. And like I said, Towns got it going a little bit more in the second half, but it just ended up not being enough. So that was the first game. Go ahead.
I heard her getting DMP CDs. What's up with that?
I was going to talk about it. So I figured, because we kind of had the game in the bag against the Bulls, which is the next game I was going to talk about. So I was hoping to at least let him get in there for some time against, but it wasn't a complete, trouncing, I guess. And I don't know. He's been kind of timid and unsure of him. I don't want to use the word timid, but he just hasn't been as aggressive as I would have liked him to be. And I'm hoping in the upcoming games we get an opportunity for him to get a lather with the, because he has played, but only in like garbage time, really. But yeah, as of right now, he's pretty much unplayable. And because it's not like Dennis Jenkins didn't have a great game against the Bulls. And like I said, there was. The game was kind of in the bag in enough time. I think that he could have got some playing time, but it didn't even look like he thought about getting off the bench against Chicago.
I would assume that you trust Bickerstaff and his philosophy and his coaching tactics, where you don't, you're not going to question him like, why isn't he playing? If JB don't want to put him in, it's got to be a valid reason, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, if we're winning, there's that, but yeah, and Herter, the only reason why people want to see him play is because he is a new addition and everybody likes new toys and and you just want to know if he can bring something to the team, because I do, there is still kind of a void of another shooter a little bit, but especially just because, our bench guys are kind of, at least in the backcourt. Obviously Paul Reed, he's damn near an all-star sometimes, but in our backcourt, it can be a little spotty. Karis LeVert is sometimes I wish that, sometimes I wish I got the trust, from people that he gets from JB Bickerstaff. So Karis LeVert's off and on. Ron Holland, he brings you the energy and the athleticism and all that. So regardless of offensively how he's doing, he's going to bring you something. But Dennis Jenkins, up and down sometimes. I think he had 2 points against the Bulls. Sasser had 3 in 2 minutes. Just had a 3 and boom, had more points than him. That's another guy that doesn't get a lot of playing time, but instant offense when he gets a chance. So as far as the Bulls and Pistons game, Ivy List, they were an Ivy List Bulls team. It was kind of nice to see him get an opportunity to, share some time with his old guys, and Duran seemed a little, choked up and, emotional when talking about him. So it's nice to see that there was, there's no love. I mean, of course there's no love lost, but, they grew to, they've been growing together and winning together, and they, come up from some very low times in their early years. So of course that, he means a lot to them.
Does J.I. get a video tribute when he comes back to Caesar's Palace? Whatever y'all call it. What do y'all call it? Little Caesar's Arena? The
way everything went down, I feel like just the way, there's people in Detroit that are really ready to put, I don't want to get federal, but like Cole Anthony, they don't rock with him because he derailed a lot. Things would have been very different had that injury not happened. It's crazy. There was I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, so
he get a video tribute.
I think he should. I think that would be he gonna bawl his eyes out when he does it. Because remember when he got drafted, he was crying and all that.
He was?
What? You gotta look it up. He was bawling. His mom played for Detroit. Yeah. So yeah, Ivy always been whatever. Anyway, so but yeah, we won. We beat the Bulls by 16. The Bulls started out hot. They were 9 of 11 from 3 early in the game. It was the defensive pressure from our second unit that really got us going. I think the Bulls had 9 more turnovers than us. I think they had 23 or something like that. They got destroyed in the paint. 30. We had 30 plus 30 in the paint. But yeah, LeVert, Reed, and Holland, they were just super disruptive and in the passing lanes. And yeah, they were just, the Bulls, like you said, they kind of just out there playing. They do have a good, strong, ball dominant point guard in Giddey, but like outside of that, it's just a mess. So, and Duran and Richards got into it. I found out what the rivalry is with Charlotte, and of course Nick Richards played with Charlotte back then. He was drafted by Charlotte, and at the time they had Richards and Mark Williams and all those guys, and they figured we don't need them. Now we appreciate we appreciate the sentiments and those thoughts. I'm even wearing teal in support of that. But Duran has a chip on his shoulder with the Charlotte organization and all former Charlotte centers, I guess.
They passed on him or something? Charlotte passed on him?
No, they trade. He was actually drafted. He was drafted by them.
Okay. Yeah, and then you got Mark Williams and Richards. It's kind of like, but you wanted them to.
I'm on y'all heels. So that's where it's at with it. So yeah, so even Richards is no longer in Charlotte, but he's still on you. So yeah, he dropped the ball on his head, and Richards almost whipped it back at him. It was, it's like, come on, relax, bro. You just came back, but
he went from the Hornets to the Knicks.
Yeah, he was
traded him for Kemba Walker.
And you see
Kemba Walker, my bad.
Yeah. We had Kemba for a cup of coffee too.
Yeah.
Dark years, like I said. But that is the week that was. We're gonna take our first break, and then we'll see what's on the other side.
Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at cokeurl.com/soccerrules.
So on the tail end of on the second half of the show, I wanted to talk about the trade deadline. Obviously, we're not too far removed from from the whole deadline happening, but are there any guys, or who do you think has been the most impactful acquisition thus far? Who's jumping out at you? Tate. We can start with you.
Come on, man. Y'all know who it is.
And then I was gonna say, outside of, obviously, I would never say our guy, Herder, but outside of your folks, is Harden the most impactful? Probably. I mean, they're undefeated. They're undefeated since he's been there.
Except till yesterday, I was only gonna do like this, and you was gonna know what I was talking about.
Right. Dude, always with the subliminals and the symbolism and shit.
The beard, but no, I'd say if I got to pick outside my own team, I guess I like what watching them yesterday. The boy McClain got traded to OKC.
Yeah,
he just give them another nice defense. Basket, he just get him another player, man. They already deep in players. I mean, they got him. That worked.
And Philly upset
and that's
about
low key. That's a low key under the radar trade too.
Right.
It is.
Until you put eyes on it,
We'll see him on Wednesday. We'll see what he's talking about with his fingernails. Well, never mind. Let me chill. It's TikTok dances.
Man, if you talk about him, you got to talk about the boy from.
You said who?
Dunker from Miami. Talk about his dance.
Oh well. Hey. The Dougie, nothing wrong with the Dougie, right? He was in the Dougie.
Just doing the Dougie, man.
That's a John Wall thing from a while ago. Chicago, what y'all see?
Jaren Jackson's been playing good when he's allowed to play.
They shut him down, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, he was looking good for the short time him and Lord Markkanen was playing.
That's part of the tank, though, shutting him down.
Yeah, but right. Yeah, they blatantly they the reason for all these tank rules coming in the future because they doing this so blatantly. As far as our team, I would say
y'all
the
got
best acquisition is probably Anthony Simons. He came in doing what he usually does, just hitting threes and scoring at will. But now he is hurt, so yeah.
I was going with the dude McClain that impacts the team and winning. Simon getting empty calories with y'all though.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah.
We're the leader of the tank right now.
Gotta have something.
The Sacramento is like 16 in a row losses, so not quite there yet.
And they just signed Killian Hayes. I didn't know y'all let him go.
Wow.
We had Killian Hayes?
No.
G League.
Cleveland has
He was on a
10 days.
yeah, he wasn't on the full two-way because he couldn't be on. He got too much service time in the league, so he couldn't be on the two-way. So somebody wanted to pick him up, they could pick him up.
Wasn't he overseas?
He was. He came back and got on our
Okay.
because he got a relationship with Kenny Atkinson from Team Australia because he was assistant coach in Australia, and Killian Hayes played for their national team.
But he's French though.
Well, that's why I'm Team France. Wemby. Yeah, Wemby.
Okay. But yeah, the one that stepped outside of Cam Thomas.
I was going there. I was going to go that route too. Cam Thomas.
Yeah, he been doing what he do.
Nothing's changed.
19 points a game, 53% from the field. They're still like 3 games out of the last spot because I was looking like, they got Rollins, they got Porter, they got some firepower in the backcourt, but Charlotte is kind of running away with that last spot. That's probably shut down Wemby time. I mean, not Wemby, Giannis time.
No, he said he coming back. He coming back.
Is he?
Giannis didn't go for that shit.
Yeah, he ain't going for that shit. He playing. So
he's not built like that.
I do appreciate that mentality though.
Even if they was in last place, he would come back.
Just not in the All-Star game.
No, well, he hurt. I mean, he hurt.
But we appreciate that mentality.
I appreciate. No, it's funny to me because Wemby was he was so. Yeah, bro. He really.
I didn't see how he acted, so I can't go off that. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, no. I mean, it wasn't over the top, but it just seemed like
he was clearly upset that they lost.
Wouldn't you rather see that though than see a Joker just like laughing?
Yeah.
No, I mean he made it to where everybody else played hard. Like Anthony Edwards said, Wemby set the tone, and he's 20. The fact the 20-year-old had to set the tone for or whatever. No, I don't know. What is he?
21.
Yeah, but for him to be the one that makes everybody else play hard, that's I respect it, and the future is in good hands as far as
I know we're talking about trades, and I know I'm going to say something that Tate don't already know, but seriously, I do believe Cleveland had the most impactful trade for this year for the rest of the season. Like James Harden has, and I know it's honeymoon stages because we all know how James Harden go, how it usually tapers off. But in the beginning, like he's been nothing but phenomenal, dude. Like he making Jared Allen getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like just finding them. Like Garland, wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Harden, if he can get past the second round, that's definitely a great trade because. Man, Harden look good out there right now. I ain't gonna front. Like you could sit down. I know Tate know all this, but you could sit Mitchell down and let Harden work if he get in foul trouble or he tired. And Harden.
I'm sorry, just to piggyback on what Rick's saying, because I got another obligation at 8:30, fellas. I gotta get out of here. I'll just say, in closing, man, before I go, shout out everybody. Thanks for tapping in while I'm here and watch the guys' rest of the show. But no, that's exactly what that is. They got when they gonna always have Harden or Mitchell on the floor. One of them on the floor at all times. Yeah. Harden typically going to play with Allen, and Mitchell going to play with Mobley because that's how they had already had it. It was really like this year it was Allen and Garland. Well, now an even better tandem is Harden and Allen on the court together. And you never know. Like I was a James Harden fan. He a hooper, right? I mean, as far as football go, I mean, I respected his game as one of the best quarterbacks ever, Aaron Rodgers. He came to Pittsburgh. When they get to your squad, you see a whole other side of them. Because if you really follow your team, you see the locker room interviews. You see how the other players interact with them and all that kind of stuff like that. So I know all the stuff and all the past because I heard it and saw it. I saw what it appeared to be on other squads, right? But now that he's been here for 2 weeks and I'm hearing that he's always Donovan Mitchell team, I'm just here to help, facilitate. If we need to get a bucket, I can get a bucket. Because Donovan Mitchell was getting wore out before Harden got there. One, because Garland hurt. Y'all know how we looked in the playoffs last year. Donovan Mitchell had to play hero ball.
Yeah, that Jimmy Butler look. Remember when he was slept over there?
So now with Harden, you got somebody that can help out get a bucket if needed. But not only that, the fact that he makes the other players better. Jared Allen went from averaging 13 and 8. Now since Harden been there, 22 and 10. Jared Allen, so he bringing everybody up. So I agree with what Rick said, and that's why I said it was easy for me at the beginning who the best. I just picked from not my team. So thanks for shouting that out, Rick. You respect game, even though y'all went from the play-in to playing in the lottery, and I'm about to get out of here.
See how he had to close it with some hate.
I listened to the beginning of the season, number 1, 6-0, first in the Eastern Conference. Did I hear all that before? I can't. That's one thing. That's one thing about them tables with time, though. They always turn. Trust me. But, hey, Rick, that's an OG saying too. That's OG speak. One thing about them tables, they always turn. So with that, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Yeah.
But yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Toronto ain't got no experience in the postseason. I don't even think BI got
Quickly. By the way, I don't like his game.
Yeah.
Am I a minority? I'm not a Quickly fan.
Nah, you're not a minority. His shot's weird, and he's kind of.
I told you, kind of awkward
too.
Yeah, for sure. He was one of those people that was kind of in that trade. I mean, RJ too, kind of, because good players, cool players, but not players that you just like, oh, I can't part with quickly. No one said no one ever. I remember in New York, they wanted Barrett gone.
Yeah,
and he's a 20-point scorer. He was in played for that Zion team. That what was the other Cam? What's his name? Cam
Reddish.
I think they were on.
I thought it was gonna be cold.
Man, to this day, players in the NBA. They still speak highly of the way he played in high school. And said, well, it's not on me, but
I thought Cam Reddish was gonna be that one, dude.
Bro, it's a slick, smooth game to watch. But just to close out on the trade situation, the slept on one that doesn't have the big stats, but Jose Alvarado for New York.
Yeah.
Now, I've been hate watching New York lately just because, I don't know, that's just our rivalry now. I'm a pretty big New York, I follow New York pretty heavily.
Yeah, that's y'all rivals now.
But now, the fans, like, we on their heels, man. They've been talking like, oh, y'all raise the banner, y'all beat us in the regular season. Like, as y'all say, y'all my time when we see y'all in the playoffs and shit. But no, Alvarado, obviously he's from Brooklyn, New York, and yeah, he's been doing a lot, and he's been actually kind of, I want to say he's been bailing them out, but like a couple of these games they've been playing, it's like
bringing the culture.
Yeah, definitely about the New York culture. He had 26 in one of his first games. Somebody was out, but he had 26 points. So yeah,
they've been playing him and Brunson at the same time.
At the end of y'all game, I'm like, okay, this shit.
And Houston, the game against Houston, New York. Brunson and Alvarado out there. I'm like, man, this is a small backcourt.
That's a super small backcourt. Very, very yellow backcourt too, but yeah, Houston they were up big on them and blew and smoked that game. Oh man, that KD because he been talking about his teammates behind their back on burner accounts and allegedly. But like Jabari, and then of course Jabari took that last shot and missed it, and it looked like the body language was kind of weird between the two of them. Like something that could be nothing. It could still become something because of that. But anyways, so Jose Alvarado has been, and he, that 90 feet, guarding folks, and
he gonna have a game in the playoffs where he hits 5 threes and change the course of the game. He gonna win them a couple games.
So yeah, that was a quiet one, but made a lot of. I mean, people kind of question how much sense it did make, especially with the Brunson situation. But
they had McBride was injured. That's why they made that choice.
Oh yeah.
That
right.
trade.
Right.
McBride, they don't know when McBride's coming back. Not only that, they didn't give up much to get Alvarado.
No.
They got Dalen Terry. I think they shipped him over there, and they got Alvarado. They didn't really give up a lot. Maybe a second round. Correct me if I'm wrong. Edit. But yeah, they didn't give up much to get Alvarado. So it makes
no players. Like, I mean, obviously, I know they got rid of Yabus. Yeah, they had
early. That was early.
That was other. Yeah, so yeah, New York. Other than that, their roster is still intact. So yeah. Tate kind of talked about the upcoming games. Any games that you're looking forward to? I mean, it's really not a whole lot.
I think I could speak for Zeke. It's not. Well, I don't even think we're really watching the games from a win-loss perspective. It's more like
evaluation, though, right?
Yeah, evaluation, and we want them to continue to lose. So, and I understand that, like you said, players don't tank, but we want them to lose as much as possible because we're in a tunnel. We have to have some type of. It got to be some light at the end of this tunnel, man. Like, because this is jury, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing but bad times over here.
We're in the midst of a 7-game homestand. And we lost the first 2. We got 5 more at home straight. That's no way we lose all of them, right?
No, we're not losing. We'll probably win 1.
Teams played that many games in a row at home?
Nowadays, they do. Now we got 7.
Okay, starting with the Toronto game, we got 7 in a row.
7? I never had the opportunity to go 7 Pistons games in a row.
It's the new NBA about it. They didn't always do
travel and all.
Yeah, they didn't always do a baseball series. Yeah. Now you got, 2 games playing each other, Miami at home. They trying to cut down home or home and away type of games. So they trying to cut down.
Yeah, we got Charlotte, Portland, Milwaukee.
We could be
OKC.
We could be Milwaukee. Yeah, we could be Milwaukee or Portland. One of those games will.
That Milwaukee game was a 3:30 game, so this time
one of those games will win.
Yeah. Okay, so the streak will end. All right.
Yeah, like I said, B-Faults, a lot of what comes out of Bulls' corner is going to be what's said bulletin board on the press. It's more about the pressers or the newspaper clippings or IG, social media more than the play on the court. Like no one's really paying attention to that.
And hopefully Ivy comes back because I don't think they're shutting him down. Hopefully he can come back because honestly, like what we kind of talked about, he was kind of filling up the stat sheet now. I mean, for you to have 30 minutes a game, you need to be scoring more than 12 points or whatever it was. But he had like a couple steals, a couple rebounds, a couple assists. So the effort, the effort's there. But I mean, it's kind of disheartening to see that he's because I don't even know what provoked that. Like just because you had a couple DNPs and they shut you down, your knee down, it's like, bro, you had to go emo on us like that.
Yeah. So he's gonna miss 2.
But I think he just had to let it out. Like, all right, y'all. Like, I've been depressed all year. This is it.
I was gonna say I want to stop talking about the Bulls and talk about some real bad. Like on your side, let me pose this question to you. I've watched Detroit, and I know everyone says you're one-dimensional. The Pistons are one-dimensional, but I will say this: that you guys play exceptional defense. You guys know how to contain the paint. Also, on offense, you guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you guys have a fluid offense. Like y'all might not have someone
Cade can break you down.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm just saying, overall, even like the scheme, like everyone's moving, cutting, getting there, you know what I'm saying, get to their spots. Like it's not a lot of excessive movements. I'll say, like people are knowing their role in that offense.
Yeah, it's a very intentional. Everybody looks pretty intentional out there. It's definitely a cohesive, unit. Asar doesn't score a lot, but he does a pretty good job of moving and cutting to the basket. And yeah, when everybody is healthy, everybody's not suspended. And then even between Cade and Duren, that's probably the best lob connection in the NBA right now. So I wouldn't say, one dimensional. You're saying as far as defense over offense, or just as far as
Cade doing most of Cade doing most of the heavy lifting offensively, but the NBA is a copy
like that sometimes. But even in the Bulls game, I think he had like 16 or something like that. Sometimes there'll be games where I think sometimes there's games where you see like 10 guys contribute and score a decent amount of points, and they empty the bench and everybody on the team scores. Like
that's what happens when you got a Cade on your team. He makes everyone else's life easier.
Yeah. So I would, of course, in this day and age, and me myself, I wish it would have been nice to get like a Ben Mathurin or a Cam Thomas or somebody that can go get a bucket.
Yeah,
you can't always depend on Dennis Jenkins to go off for 20, for 18 points. He's very, he's new. Everybody's getting to know him. They see him. We now know who you are, and you're not surprising anybody. And every once in a while, he struggles. So, but I think we're kind of breaking the whole idea of you got to have a Batman and a Robin. I mean, sometimes Durn is the Robin, but sometimes Duncan might give you 15, 16 one night. Tobias sometimes will give you 22. So.
Well, really, let's calm down, folks. All right?
Tobias be balling sometimes.
He's far in between, but
he's the epitome of solid, good defense, good offense. He's a glue guy, points. Like for the most part. Like I said, some nights. I
was gonna say I just like y'all defense, and I know there's a copycat league, and the reason I'm rooting for you guys is because it's kind of the older generation of basketball, and if you guys win, other teams will adapt and try to, copycat that. So yeah, Detroit basketball, like I'm with y'all. I mean, I ain't no Piston fan, but the way y'all play basketball is I can respect it.
And essentially, OKC kind of beat us to it. SGA is, Cade is our SGA, right, and they play great defense.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, that's kind of something that kind of started. That I don't know if it started with them, but we can kind of build off their blueprint. They're also very self-made, and they drafted. They did a lot internally, which is what we would like to do as well. So, and small market or places where people aren't just dying to go to. So. Right. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I hope Kevin Huerter can get some more minutes. We hanging in there against the Spurs right now, but as far as the upcoming schedule, we got three games in a row at home. We got the Spurs, we got the Thunder on Wednesday, and then we got the Cavs on Friday. So they didn't even get a chance to take a shot at Tate about that. But beyond that, we got the Magic, and then the next game the game after the Magic will be against the Cavs, and this will be a game where we'll be full strength, hopefully, and Stewart will be back. That'll be the first game back for Stewart. So not the first Cavs game, but the second Cavs game coming up. So pretty rough road right there. OKC, who, they don't have SGA or J-Dub, but don't seem to be skipping a beat. So, but we are at the hour mark. Any other thoughts before we wrap things up and you let us know what y'all got going on?
See red, but we still losing.
And I didn't feel the heart in that one.
It's always see red, but like I said earlier, we'll be watching. Obviously, we'll have more input, in the following weeks on what's going on the Bulls soap opera and how we're losing and how we're doing our best to tank it, get one of those cherished high draft picks.
Or knowing the Bulls, we might go on a winning streak and start winning and ruin our draft odds.
So right now you guys are behind Milwaukee?
Yeah. Yes. One spot behind Milwaukee.
Well, y'all got Milwaukee coming up. That might be the game you win somehow.
Yeah, we're in 12th out of 15. So I don't think we're going to catch Washington, Brooklyn, and Indiana, but they still in the teens with their wins. We just gotta hope for the best.
Well, and what y'all got going on at Sports Life and Hip Hop?
We still got the Best of 2000 series coming out. Got a lot of years left to go on that. I think we're about at 05, I think. 4. Yeah, 405. Yeah, we're just gonna keep those coming out slowly but surely. And that's about it. Sports Life and Hip Hop will be around.
Frustrated Chicago sports. A fan channel. We drop every Tuesday morning, talk about the Bulls and our disgust. And
yeah, this might be a quick show.
Depends what energy you got going. If it's in the negative dimension,
no, we're gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, and yeah, if you're here, you know where to find us as far as Bleachers and Speakers is concerned. What we got going on? I don't know. Tigers, man. I'm baseball, spring training. We got a show coming up on Sunday, and Lions. We got some draft coverage coming up soon. Wednesday we have an NFC North show, and every Monday you can catch us for Central Division Showdown. Let's get up out of here. I'm so bad with the endings.
Chit chat. Better stay up out the way. Don't get your shit splat. Stop letting